Maple Hollow, Ohio, was the kind of place where gossip traveled faster than the school bell, and trouble rarely made it past the county line. That's why, on October 12, 2019, when Laura Bennett, 32 years old, adored third-grade teacher, Sunday school volunteer, didn't show up for work, the alarm bells rang almost instantly. Laura wasn't just punctual. She was the heartbeat of her classroom. Parents trusted her. Kids adored her. And in a town of fewer than 4,000, everyone knew her face. When she failed to answer calls that morning, the school secretary called the police just to check. By 12:17 p.m., 2 officers were at her small yellow bungalow on Oak Lane. They found her coffee pot half full. Her scarf, a gift from her mother, draped neatly over the couch. Her car sat in the driveway. Her cell phone was on the nightstand. But Laura was nowhere. The lack of disturbance in her home suggested one of 2 things. Laura had left willingly, or she knew her visitor. The first tip came from a jogger who claimed he'd seen a dark SUV idling near Laura Street late the night before. Investigators floated the possibility of a random abduction. The community mobilized. Volunteers formed search parties. Flyers with Laura's smiling face appeared in every window. Drones scanned the nearby woods. But with no ransom call, no surveillance footage, and no witnesses beyond the jogger, police were left with fragments. It didn't take long for detectives to realize Laura's life wasn't as picture-perfect as it seemed. Public records showed she had quietly filed for divorce from her husband, Dan, 3 months earlier. She'd been searching for jobs outside Ohio. Then came the laptop discovery. Investigators uncovered a folder of private messages exchanged with a man named Michael R., a 39-year-old local handyman. He'd done repairs on her porch the previous spring. At first, the messages were playful. Over time, they became heated. Arguments about trust, jealousy, and unannounced visits to her home. The most chilling was dated 3 nights before she vanished. "We can't keep doing this. It's getting dangerous." When questioned, Michael admitted they'd had a brief affair but claimed it ended weeks ago. He insisted he hadn't seen Laura in a long time, but phone records betrayed him. On the night Laura disappeared, they'd spoken for 47 minutes. Pressed further, Michael changed his story, admitting he'd gone to her house to talk things through. According to him, the argument escalated. Laura stumbled, hit her head on the kitchen counter, and went limp. Panicked, he said he put her in his SUV and drove to the old quarry. For 2 days, divers and deputies scoured the quarry. They found nothing. What they did find, however, were tire tracks nearby, leading to a heavily wooded clearing. Under a pile of brush and leaves, 40 yards from the tree line, they found Laura's body. The autopsy told a different story than Michael's. There was no head injury. Laura had been strangled. Confronted with the evidence, Michael's accident narrative collapsed. He finally confessed. When Laura ended the relationship for good, he snapped. The courtroom overflowed with Maple Hollow residents. Parents who'd trusted Michael for handyman work now sat in disbelief. Children from Laura's class held crayon drawings they'd made for her, some reading, "We miss you, Mrs. Bennett." Michael was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life without parole. He showed no emotion when the verdict was read. Maple Hollow lost more than a teacher. They lost their innocence. For years, parents had warned their children about strangers. But Laura's death proved evil can wear the face of someone you wave to at the grocery store. Her classroom is now a memorial. On her desk sits the same coffee mug she used every morning, still half full with pens. And in the quiet of that room, the loss lingers like a shadow.